Hello, we are live and we're back. Okay, today is Monday Matters. Okay, so what matters today? We're talking about Joe Rogan, or however you want to say his name, and his apology. Now, India Ari had came on Instagram, talked about why she's pulling her music and well, off of Spotify because Spotify pays him $100 million. And I believe last year was the number one podcast on Spotify. Now, Spotify initially was primarily about music, and the majority of the artists on Spotify were Black, and India Irie gave us a breakdown of, how little money they get for each play, or I guess when someone purchases their music off of Spotify. And yet this man makes $100 million on Spotify for his podcast. Now, the issue is Mr. Rogaine, he used the N word like 23 times out of 24 videos or something like that. But he also referred to going into a neighborhood and he entered the Planet of the Apes. So totally derogatory uh, talk, very offensive. And we're going to hear his actual apology. And yes, he has an apology. So let's hear what he has to say. We're going to share this Chrome. Here it is. Let's share.
Hello, friends. Um, I'm making this video to talk about the most regretful and shameful thing that I've ever had to talk about publicly. There's a video that's out that's a compilation of me saying the N word. It's a video that's made of clips taken out of context of me of 12 years of conversations on my podcast, and it's all smushed
Mm.
together and it looks fucking horrible, even to me.
Oh,
Now, I
bleep,
know that to
bleep.
most people, there's no context where a white person is ever allowed to say that word, never mind publicly on a podcast. And I agree with that now. I haven't said it in years, but for a long time, when I would bring that word up, like if it would come up in conversation and instead of saying the N word, I would just say the word. I thought as long as it was in context, people would understand what I was doing. Like that context was part of the clip we were talking about Red Fox, how Red Fox said that word on television in the 1970s, and how times have changed so much since then. Or about how Richard Pryor used it as one of the titles of one of his albums. Or I was quoting a Lenny Bruce bit, or I was quoting a Paul Mooney bit, I was talking about how Quentin Tarantino used it repeatedly in Pulp Fiction. Or I was talking about how a Netflix executive, ironically, used it because he was trying to compare it to another offensive.
But hold up, Joe. Let's talk about you saying you entered the Planet of the Apes when you entered into a Black neighborhood. Okay, to me, I don't know if this is really is an apology or you're making excuses or you're trying to, you know, say, hey, I'm just repeating things that others are saying. So I'm not actually saying this. And you're saying that you said it years ago. Okay, let's continue to hear.
Word, and he said it out loud, and they fired him. Not calling anybody or just saying the word out loud. I was also talking about how there's not another word like it in the entire English language because it's a word where only one group of people is allowed to use it, and they can use it in so many different ways. Like if a white person says that word, it's racist and toxic, but a black person can use it and it could be a punchline, it could be a term of endearment, it could be lyrics to a rap song, it could be.
Okay, Joe, come on now. Come on, dude. Now let's get real. Okay, if they are going to use it, then no. No, 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 no. That's not good. Hello. Even if we do use it, not that it's the greatest word to use, but maybe we're flipping it. So what are you talking about, Joe? Are you really talking about?
Be a positive affirmation. It's a very unusual word, but it's not my word to use. I'm well aware of that now, but for years I used it in that manner. I never used it to be racist because I'm not racist, but whenever you're in a situation where you have to say, I'm not racist, you fucked up. And I clearly have fucked up.
Okay, Joe, you're using too many words that I don't like, and I couldn't bleep it out in time. I didn't know you was going to go there. But like someone else said, as a black man, I know all too well of out of context and being misrepresented. We have all been there. Oh, wait a minute, hold up. Okay, whatever. I'm not agreeing with that person. Wow. People saying this is extreme ownership. Really? Okay, Joe. Okay, people commenting. I'm not really with that. Okay, let's continue to hear you out, Mr. Joe. What else do you have to say?
And that's my intention to express myself in this video to say, there's nothing I can do to take that back. I wish I could. Obviously, that's not possible. I do hope that, if anything, that this can be a teachable moment. Because I never thought it would ever be taken out of context and put in a video like that. And now that it is, holy shit, it looks bad. And it's
Oh, you never thought it would be taken out of context. How can anything like that be taken out of context? And oh my, now that I see it, it really looks bad. But it should have looked bad when you were saying it then. And still, Joe, what about you going into the neighborhood and you said you entered the planet of the apes?
part of also me doing this podcast for thousands of hours, thousands of episodes over 12 years. I said a lot of fucking stupid shit, which is fine when you're talking about most things, but not when you're talking about race. And there's another clip that I have to address. There's a clip from 11 years ago. I was telling a story on the podcast about how me and my friend Tommy and his girlfriend, we got really high. We were in Philadelphia and we went to go see Planet of the Apes. And we didn't know where we were going. We just got dropped off by a cab and we got dropped off in this all black neighborhood. And I was trying to make the story entertaining. And I said, we got out and it was like we were in Africa. It's like we were in Planet of the Apes.
Okay, now we're going to address this. Okay, let me see what you have to say about this, buddy.
I did not, nor would I ever say that black people are apes, but it sure fucking sounded like that.
What?
And I immediately afterwards said, that's a racist thing to say. Planet of the Apes wasn't even in Africa. I was just saying there's a lot of black people there. But then I went on to talk about
Wow.
what a positive experience it was and how much fun it was to go.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. Okay. You were in the black neighborhood. You know what you said. You referred to it as walking into Planet of the Apes. So, if you're walking into Planet of the Apes and there were only black people there, then obviously you were referring to the black people there as apes. Okay, there's no other way to slice this one, Joe. No other way. Continue, sir.
Go to see this movie in a black neighborhood. It wasn't a racist story, but it sounded terrible. And like I said, you can have clunky stories about
So everything sounds terrible when it's played back to you in the clips. Oh, it just sounds terrible. Oh my gosh. But it wasn't terrible and you didn't really have any accountability then. But now, and who asked you to do this apology? Was it Spotify because they're doubling down on keeping you around? Hmm.
anything, but not about race. And so I deleted that whole podcast, but obviously somebody made a clip out of it and taken out of context.
Okay, I'm tired of this. Take it out of context. Take it out of context. Take it out of context. You are out of context, sir. Look, I'm sorry. I not feeling this apology. I don't even think it's an apology. I think it is a whole video of, oh, everything, poor me. Everything is taken out of context. Now they're attacking me. Oh my goodness. I'm really a good guy. I don't say stuff like that. I didn't mean it that way. Okay, whatever. I'm not buying it. And I don't know. I think let's just right now. Okay, I'm gonna let him go to the end.
It looks terrible, but it looks terrible even in context. It's a fucking idiotic thing to say.
So now you see it looks terrible even in context. But what kind of context was this in? I like to know. Hmm. In context, out of context, over the river, through the woods. What? What?
And I was just trying to be entertaining. I certainly wasn't trying to be racist. And I certainly would never want to offend someone for entertainment with something as stupid as racism. My hope
As stupid as racism. I don't find racism stupid because this hurt and harmed a lot of folks, Joe. Somebody should have wrote your little speech. I think you're not really, you know.
hope is that, look, I can't go back in time and change what I've said. I wish I could. Obviously, that's not possible. But I do hope that this can be a teachable moment for anybody that doesn't realize how offensive that word can be coming out of a white person's mouth in context or out of context.
Now it's a matter of in context, out of context. Again, over the river, through the woods, to grandma's house we go. In context, out of context, indoors, outdoors. I mean, come on, Mr. Joe. Joe, G.I. Joe, what? I'm not buying it. I don't really. It's like you got caught. You got $100 million contract. Spotify is probably feeling some backlash and may have said, "Look, dude, we need you to come out with something." And this is exactly what it is. It's something. It's not really. I don't think it's a really sincere apology because you keep saying it was taken out of context. Then you saying even in context, it's wrong. So what? I'm a little confused, sir. Just a little.
My sincere and humble apologies. I wish there was more that I could say, but
Hmm.
all of this is just me talking from the bottom of my heart. It makes me sick watching that video, but
It does, doesn't it, Joe? Poor Joe. I really feel for you that you're sickened by the racism and the what you said. I'm really saddened that you used that word that many times and you were offensive and then you said black people were apes, you entered the planet of apes. I'm sorry you feel that way. Whew.
hopefully, at least some of you will accept this and understand where I'm coming from. My apologies and much love. My sincere, deepest apologies and much love.
Cry me a river, Joe. Please, cry me a river. Um, nah. Nah. Nah, nah, nah. Into the nah. Okay. So let me stop sharing that. Okay. Are we accepting that apology? Was it apology? I wasn't sure. But maybe somebody else can assist me. But let's just look at the makeup of the Spotify CEO and executives, and maybe we can get a better understanding of really why uh, they are doubling down. Let's look at them. Okay, we don't want that. Oh, hmm. Okay. Do we oh, is he I don't know, maybe he is someone of color. Well, she looks like a minority. He's a minority. Hmm. Any of these people may understand what we feeling, how we feeling, why we feeling? I'm not sure. Okay, let's stop there. Okay, now let's actually see that he has Mr. Daniel Ike. There he is. There he is. Okay, let's see. Can we share the screen to talk about what this Mr. CEO say about this? Uh, let's go to him. Let's share the right screen. Uh, oh, wait a minute. Before we do that, what happened? Spotify has taken down like 113 episodes of Rogan Experience. Because of the widening scrutiny of the comedian and commentator amid a boycott of the streaming platform by artists. Oh, because remember, they chose him over the other man who was a white artist, and now we're seeing that it's a lot more backlash. But let's see what the CEO had to say. Let's see, did he have something very interesting to say? Or, you know, really, what is it? What is it? Let's see, that's it. Editing. Okay, let's share this. So it looks like Spotify CEO Daniel EK, I don't know, says he strongly condemns Joe's use of the N word and other derogatory comments towards Black people, but remains firm in his decision to keep the podcaster on the platform in order to elevate all types of creators. I was trying to find out how many Black creators, how many Black podcasters are on Spotify, and how many Black artists, music artists are on there, how much their music is on there, but I really couldn't find the numbers. But I'm just asking you all, are we accepting are we accepting Joe's apology? That's all I'm asking. Are we truly going to accept his apology? Because really his apology is in context, out of context, indoors, outdoors, up, down. I don't know. He just kind of confused me a little bit. But hey, this is what it is. Yes, Mr. Sir, it was offensive. It was just horrible. Like you said, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. When you looked at it again, when you saw it again, you realize how horrible and bad it was. Oh my. But let's be real. It was I don't know. I guess from the bottom of your soul, you was trying your best to do an apology, but I'm not sure I really felt it right here. I'm just not sure. So let's all think about it and really think about it in context and out of context.